Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba, thank you for joining me. Let's play some more of our campaign in Factorio, a rocket per patron. So it's been a day, I missed a day. Ben's here, Ben's visiting. If you're not familiar with who Ben is, then you haven't watched an AMA. How dare you. Anyway, I have an idea, but it's probably not something I'm going to be able to build and get completed in a single episode without just frustrating a lot of people. But I'm going to just build like the rough draft of it right now, and then I'll figure it out off camera, but I think that this is going to be a good way to solve the production issues that we continuously seem to have. So, damn it. That one's going to go like there. Loaders. They're not, there they are. Okay, eventually we're going to have all 6 of the main bits here. So we're going to put a filter in for each one. And yes, there do need to be 6. There's a specific reason for that. Make sure they're all pointing in the right direction. They should be automatically because of one of the mods. We're not going to set a recipe here. We're going to try to use the crafting combinator. And what he's going to do is he's going to tell this machine what recipe to pick. And the way we're going to do that is by sending a signal at it. And this is where I don't think that I'm going to be able to have it set up like completely right now. I want to legit like here. Let's pause the auto trash. I need a requester warehouse. Well, I guess I don't. I don't know. Why do I not have the ability to make one of these things? I don't have any warehouses. Didn't I just like request regular warehouses a little bit or something? Why do I not have more requester slots? Fine, we'll request regular warehouses. Those aren't regular warehouses, those are storehouses. Alright, so research. Let's check on research, see if that's still going. If it's not, then I kind of do need to go work on that first. Also, Nexila fixed this mod, and it now visually says there's a slow. Nexila is just too kind. Just too kind. We got 3 coming from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. There should be 4. Where's the light blue? What's wrong with light blue? Light blue has none engines. None engines because I took it apart, apparently. It's just missing. Engines would normally, I think, be on this belt here. Really? Was I belting engines this far? Yeah. I think so. I think I was. Well, it's about time that we upgrade the engine production anyway. Okay, let's see. Regular engines are pretty darn simple, aren't they? We don't have any steel. Yeah, we do have. We have steel up here. Steel and iron and pipe. Let's see. Maybe we could put him somewhere else. God, I do need to keep the slow key on, I think. Hard time standing still. Alright, I'm just gonna put it like here. Thing making pipe. We're gonna have pretty much all this stuff just go like underground a long ways. Give us room. And then ones that don't actually need to be underground or can be not underground for as long. We're gonna go there. You should actually not be that fast. Okay, so that's gonna be pipe. You know what? I already make engines elsewhere. It's probably a whole lot easier just to request in engines, isn't it? Yes. Yes, I think it is. We're just gonna do that instead then. Yeah. No, he can still be there though. Yep. That's all it took. Just get some engines over here. These guys are blocked on the output side occasionally, it looks like. God. High steer belt, man, they can go so far. Let's see, what upgrade planner do we have going right now? That one always takes a long time to use right away. Okay, this belt's not fast enough now. Still do want to use belt, I think, in a number of places. Wow, old-fashioned. Look at that. Those are some slow inserters. Anyway, let's just make sure that's going. It's going. It's good. Red seems to speed up now, where the belts get faster. I don't think it's really an issue, but just in case, let's upgrade all these belts. Insufficient items. Interesting. Completely unnecessary, I think, to have belts this fast, but hey, you know what? Why not? Okay, so red looks good, blue looks good, all looks good. Stack inserters bonus 10 is good. And we're back to the crafting combinator thing that I was going to work on. So, slow down a little bit again. And the way that this thing was supposed to work was we now need a constant combinator. And we can use that as like our test signal. So I'm going to need to like read from the logistic network to sample the values of the primary research or primary resource types that you craft via direct, what would you call it? It's like the merging of the two. You know how you can make Javolite and Sapphirite directly into iron with this recipe here? We want to do this recipe. We want to sample the iron ore in the factory. We want to do this recipe. The pure lead, and I think the pure tin. Those four are the primary ones that we want to sample. And then I want to create I think it's called an SR latch, and what it's going to do is it's going to say, just rough numbers here, just say 2000 would be the measure. So it'll sample those four values and say, okay, how much iron ore do we have? How much copper ore do we have? If I have, whichever one I have the least of, that's the recipe we're going to craft. And then we're gonna have some sort of logic in the crafting combinator area here that's gonna say, once I've chosen a thing to craft, I will not stop crafting or change my craft, even if there's something with less than that, until the thing I have chosen is at, say, 2000. So we're gonna prevent it from just constantly changing every single time it crafts automatically. Like say two numbers are like 1000 and 1001. So we don't want it to go back and forth just for a single craft. We want it to lock into a recipe for a while and then do that. I'm like 99% sure we can make something like this happen. I just don't usually work with combinators quite so often. So I don't believe this part needs to connect. I think we can just send a recipe here, and crafting combinator recipes is the one we're looking for. So for example, we would want to find, not recipe slags, it's gonna be recipe iron ore, I think. So we're sending a signal right now from the crafting combinator of iron ore to here, and it's not setting the recipe. I had gotten this one working at one point, so I know that it is possible. Let's see if I can figure out which one of these things it's supposed to be. In theory, it would be recipe iron ore. There's a couple different ways to craft it, and that's why there's this special tab for crafting combinator recipes. But and set the recipe of an assembler based on a signal. The signal is that. it should be setting it here. There was an episode a while back where I did do this. Maybe it does need to be wired up. No, it can't be wired. Maybe it doesn't like being on that corner of the machine. That could be it. Anyway, this is what my plan is going to be. And then in theory, when you change the recipe, if you change the recipe while there's stuff crafted in there, from what I read on the crafting combinator recipe page, it will put that into a pseudo passive or active provider chest. So we can just force feed all 6 types into this machine. It'll only ever accept the type that it's currently being told to craft. And then if it does get told to switch to a different recipe, it will then stop doing that type. So that's good. Let's keep working down lab crafting or lab research speed and see if that maybe can further our interests in that direction. Now up here, I never did and probably should put some productivity into these things so that we are being more productive with this, which of course may shut everything and break everything down. The ratios are all going to be wrong or off now, but that's okay. So iron ore has never been a real issue. Lately, I did run out of copper. I had to create some extra storage areas for some of these things, quartz and zinc. We're making too much, and I get it. I read your comments. I do. That we should stop doing a lot of this higher tier refining, that it's just not necessary, because really they are. What are they picking up? They're picking things up off the ground that the robots are trying to put, the arms are trying to put into machines that don't exist. So, yeah, like this stuff we should just be ramming into a machine somewhere that's going to do that sort of sorting. At the very least, let's get like the copper one. So crushed stereotype and crushed cruntinium, I think is just these two, right? Yeah, we got these two right here. If you guys haven't been used by any machines, why don't you carry on forward? And I do think that it's probably about time we start heading toward launching a rocket. Naturally, I didn't choose the location that was already covered. Either that would make more sense. Okay, and then honestly, I don't even care. The robots, if they need to, there's enough of them now that if they need to unload the copper ore themselves, then they can. We'll make these just passive providers, and yeah, fairly healthy little reserve is fine for copper. But it does. It takes that many extremely fast unloaders to unload this machine already, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. So, all right. So, anyway, there's different things and stuff and things we could be working on right now, but we're going to be working towards rockets. So, rockets. The rocket. Capital rocket. Rocket silo requires us to get rocket shooting speed 5. We're almost done with lab research speed 10, so perhaps we should finish that first. These machines are continuing to have issues not running, it looks like. That one's not on. That one's not on. And it's because I just upgraded all of these. Damn it. Upgrade Planner, it's true. Upgrade Planner causes a lot of my issues, doesn't it? Because it doesn't remember all the settings. Alright, we don't want that. We want rocket shooting speed 5. Looks like a... I don't know. I've forgotten already. Just go for rocket shooting speed 5. Since this recipe is 60 seconds long... You know, I think I want to do is actually, I want to send a single inserter. I want to change this. Let's not take it down, right? Let's leave that one up, but I want to create like a, what can hopefully be a faster ability or faster speed one. So let's just say we have this machine, and it's going to have 6 different resources coming in, and it's just we're going to use loaders for it. So I want one of each type. Since you're going underground, I see. Part of the issue is we're having issues with that loader not being quite fast enough. Or that unloader, rather. Well, let's do one of these guys again, then. Much better that way, I think. And actually, yeah, you know what? Rather than even screwing around with belts and stuff, let's just go nuts with loaders. We have tons of loaders. We can afford them. I don't really care to mess with it, so we're going to request in each type of science pack. Some of which may or may not even be in the network, I'm not sure. There's one more type of science pack as well that I've never even used. It's a gold science pack. Okay, so if it's not being added to the network, then there will be some issues there. However, we could just do something to split this line up instead. Okay, worker robot speed's continuing to go. We need rocket silo. It's not being researched because there's no purple. There's no purple because I messed up. This is me on slow and I can barely move. There we go. Well, in theory, this was going to work great, but it doesn't actually work great if not everything's in the network. So I guess we do have to screw around with belts and separating the 2 different lines and stuff. Well, as far as I know, the easiest way to do that is going to be to say... Okay, and then down here-ish, we can do the same thing for the green. In theory, the factory is supposed to be getting more and more organized. It feels like it's getting more and more spaghetti-like to me. Only because I'm trying to do this squirrely science labby type thing. Oh wait, shoot. Didn't I determine that loaders couldn't work with science? I think I did. Okay, well, loaders won't work, but it's still going to be good to have a separate feed for each, because now these inserters won't get caught up messing with one specific, like a double belt thing and not doing a good job. This machine should run, in theory, better than these other machines. In fact, we don't have enough purple science labs, or purple science packs for these guys to go, because we lack electric furnaces. It's a weird thing to not have enough of. And he is being held up simply because his inserter's not fast enough. Well, they're trying. He's only affected by 2 beacons, so he's actually not as fast as the others. Now it's the blue. Just being held up now by this. You're being held up because we just need faster inserters to load him up. Still not actually able to cram enough iron into there. So the machines are getting to be so fast and so capable of production that I pretty much have to just stop doing it the way that I've been doing it. How about you make gears? And then you grab from there and put into there. So you grab the gears forward. Does anything else need gears up here? You do. So a gear machine, perhaps in the center here for this. Go here. Okay, and now we don't actually need gears because you've got gears, you've got gears. This can just be a pure iron line now. And if it's pure iron, then that means we can start to use loaders to ram stuff in here. Do like a splitter here. This one can load in the iron for this machine. So you're not necessary anymore. And then this can be a loader for the iron here. And iron gear wheels. Now, come on now, game. I know you can load iron into there. Okay. It was not liking the way I had set it up or something for some reason there. Okay. I think all we need now is a little bit of productivity to that machine. We can probably handle making more of this stuff. The first time I've gotten this late into a Angels plus Bob's campaign, and now in hindsight, I probably would avoid doing much of a bus setup because you so very quickly end up not wanting to use these split belt lines if you're going to use loaders. Maybe it's just the addition of loaders that makes it, you know, not as desirable to have a bus, or like, hybrid supply lines. I think I intentionally did not add the faster, like the purple tier, because I knew there's a pretty good chance I was never going to use that. Okay, these machines still being sort of silly. 90k, 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 yeah. There's a lot of stuff in there. Okay. Well, we got the research done for rockets. Now we're back to a yellow shortage, which is probably the what could possibly be the problem with yellow? Regular batteries? Well, it is true. I think they were only made down here. Right here. Regular old yellow belt. I could see where that could be a holdup. There shouldn't be, though. Could partially be because of the fact that each of these machines wants, like, infinite of the resources. And we're only requesting 20 batteries. Some of the recipes get a little bit squirrely, and it ends up wanting to have, like, crazy amounts. Let's just request like 2,000. We request too much more than that. There's only 48 slots. 48 times 200 means that we can only hold 9,600 of this stuff. I guess we could request a little bit more without overfilling the chest. So the problem is there are 4 separate things that it's trying to load, and it seems like it's trying to load like 1,000 copper cable with one inserter. So, go back to our robot grid 4-tier upgrade, which I think still doesn't actually use the express inserters, but probably should. We'll copy those 3 over. Then we'll use these ones as our template, which of course you can't translate, but we can just look at them. Okay, you were 90-degree right. You were a 90-degree left. So that looks about right. It'd be so handy if it could just handle the disparity between different entity types, considering that it is still an inserter with the same configurable settings. I don't really understand quite why it's not treated as if you can copy-paste the entity settings across, but such is life. You don't actually need to feed into the next machine anyway. Each individual machine requesting some bits might still be better now that we've got the express loaders, or the express inserters. If I was really concerned about it, I could probably split this up. I clear my inventory out. I've got a bunch of random junk right now. It's so cool how quickly I can just get rid of all my stuff by just turning off my my logistic trash slots for a second. How has this happened? This shouldn't really be allowed to happen. And yet it did. Purple on the top. Should always stay on the top. Should not be able to get into there. How did it get there for a second? I was curious. Okay, well, we're powering through some research that doesn't really matter. Rocket stuff. Rocket shooting speed just keeps going and going and going and going and going. To level 25. This goes down to 25 as well. But it looks like we can make a rocket silo if we just go get some electric engine units and stuff. So, let's work on that in the next episode. That'll be the big push. We'll see if we can start getting some rockets up in the air. We'll start launching some rockets with satellites, and then we'll start using the orbital ion cannon because we can, and it'll be great. And we're gonna like it and love it, and it'll be great. So yeah, I'll take a break here, but I'll see you again in the next episode. So as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in a bit. See you soon.